Evo nas opet. Ljudi moji, danas igramo Max. Ljuti Max. Live stream broj, ne znam ja. Šalim se, live stream broj 10, evo tako. Da. Tako da. U prošlom partu smo završili s onim regionom. Nismo završili s onim posljednjim, ali zato ćemo sada to raditi. Ivice, desi, poz. Jao, ljudi. Brat moj, desi. Kako se mi ti? Brate, kako je da čekam sad više završiti s ovim side quest pa da konačno igramo. Pošto, jebi ga, dosta će mi pomoći ove side mission. Bez zajebance. Tako da ono. Sad ovako, ajde da mi upalimo igri. To je stvar. Ja tebe vidim, odmah sam super. Lepo. Pa to mi je baš drago. Ja nisam skinuo Reanimal. Moram da skidam Reanimal da vidim da to igram već. I da prelazim. To je kratka igrica, ja sam čuo da to veoma kratka igrica. Pa ću to moći čak i da završim za jedan live stream. I eto ti, brat. I onda možemo nešto drugo da igram, neko horror. Ne znam, možda neki Resident Evil 5 ili Scott koji je znam, bukvalno ono. Ajmo ovako. Znači, ljudi moji, ovako. Da završiš. Ma za one Reanimal, što sam htio da više igram. Čekaj, jel se čuje sve, jel se vidi sve dobro? Ne, da, nisam promenio scenu, mada. Čekaj. Evo ga, vidi se, okej, dobro. Mislio sam da nije bio prebačeno na Mad Max, ali... Welcome to Hanwell. Ne znam. Ne, sigurno ne to, ali... Reanimal, vidjet ćemo. Ovako, ljudi, aj ovako. Znači, vidi se sve dobro, čuje se sve dobro. I ja sam dobro, što je najvažnije. I nadam se da ste svi vi ovako dobro. Idemo resume game. Taman ću da sipnem malo svog tenzo. Najveći sok ikada, zašto je toliko jeftino, a nije loše. Možda kupiš dve ovakve za jedno Pepsi. Znači, ovako. Koliko ima onoj coins? Ima puno, da. Dobro, ništa. Idemo. Ajde se teleportujemo tamo. Mi smo još... ja sam zaboravio da smo radili malo na ovome. Do jaja. Ajde, teleportit ćemo se tamo. Uradimo tih 3 kampova, pa onda minefields i to je to za taj region. Bukvalno uradimo. I možda će biti neki, ne znam, neki nova stvar, za upgrade. Otkud ja znam, brat. Ali o tom potom, vidjet ću. Ajde, koje nam je najbliže? Pa očigledno je ovdje. Ajde prvo dole da sredim. Pumps. Šta tako podriguješ? Da pijem sok, jebi ga. Šta hoćeš? Jel to bukvalno? Nije dobro za jetru. Ma nije ni dobro ni alkohola, ali opet hoću tebe da slušam za to. Ne kažem ja da pijem alkohol, jer skoro bukvalno nikad ne pijem alkohola kao... Šta ne boli dupe? Živi se jedan. A ne mogu, zašto mi je bukvalno puno animal belt. Okej. Tri insignija. Great. I piješ samo vodu, pa lepo. Iskreno ja te podržavam za to. Veoma. Od 10. Bih imao 3 pičke, mat. A ne, sadite kosa. What the fuck? Šta je bravo? Je bilo Nova godina. Neka. I to je dobro nekad. Da se napiješ. Još 6, brate. Pa to je bilo ovo. Što? Mamu ti jebem. Ma. Čekaj. No seks u WC. Hvala lepo. Ajde, još jedna insignije, jer otkud vi sad? Vidi bre, 3 pičke materi, koliko vas ima.
There never were good guys or bad guys.
Štri skrepova, bude. Još dve. Još jednu insigniju, brat. Pa kako? Gdje sam promašio, brat? Mhm. Okej. Okej. Aha. Okej, sad mi fali samo taj oni insignije i to je to, brat. Posle mi boli kurac. Hmm. A, evo ga. Do jaja. Mhm.
There you are, my saint.
Sad idemo ovud. Ajmo. Idemo.
More tools lies our way. Don't stray.
Yes, I will protect your sake. But don't be long, please.
Pet insignija. Ludili su. Ludili su. Dobro, još 9 skrepa. Još im i ovo za skrep na kraju. Dobro je. Dva od 5, okej. Četiri 11, znači još 7. 6. 5. Dobro, ništa, idemo. 5 skrapova i 2 singri. Lauko iz maj, poz. Gdje je Mad Max života? Prešao onu igricu od jutros. Jesam, prešao sam ga. Bila je dobra igrica. Mada jebi ga, ja sam već znao kako otprilike ide priča, pošto sam to gledao na YouTube-u, još od kad. Ali nema veze. Dobra igrica, svako. Kako si mi ti ovaj plavoki zmaj, jesi se odmorio kako treba? Što znam da si tada došao sa posla, pa si tada gledao. Si htio da odmoraš kao. Pa si otišao da spavaš. Je tako, da? Još 3 skrepa, okej. Još jedan insigni. Još 2. 9-11. Odmorio sam se, to je bitno, brate. A čekaj, da, ti radiš od kuće da ovako. Sad si na pauzi, a? I se ti odmorio? Pa ono, ja bih rekao da, ali sad ne znam. Pa da, nego što sam dosta kasnije spao. I onda sam maltene pola dana tako trošio, brate, na spavanje. Nažalost, jebi ga. Morao sam da završim onu igricu nekako. Ipak. Još jedna scrap i još jedna šta god. Insignije. Opa. Kada si ustao danas? Po par puta sam probudio u random ovako. Ali tek sam došao da ustanem u oko 5 i tako. Oko 5 popodne sam tek ono, brate, odlučio da ustanem jer ono... Znao sam da nisam mogao da nastavim da spavam, brate. Ujebot. Insigniju sam sredio, što je lepo. Da planiraš igrati nakon ovog? Hoću da igram oni Reanimal, to ti kao kopija od onog Little Nightmares ili šta god. Dobro je, stigao sam. Meni se sviđa mnogo Little Nightmares. A prvi put čujem za taj Reanimal. Da, to ti bukvalno kao kopija Little Nightmares. Hoću to da vidim da skidam večeras. Pošto neće zauzimati puno toliko gigabajt ili memorije što god, pa znaš. I onda vidim da to prelazim. Inače, nije toliko dugačka igrica. Ono, ne znam koliko traje, ali ne puno. Ne traje puno, ali čuo sam da je baš dobra igrica. A bukvalno kopija Little Nightmares. Tako da, vidjet ću za to da, eto, večeras da igram. A ti ako budeš mogao, eto ti, stigni pa da gledaš kako igram. To je to. Camp je 100% lootovano. Sad je vreme za taj onaj posljednji camp. I da više, znači, uradimo one minefields i to je to, vrat. Možda ima nešto ono za... Zapravo da, možda bi mogao. A zapravo, ne, pitat ćemo i. Uvijek ima nešto još što treba se uraditi.
You're back. What now?
Right now I go donate this. Okay. Moramo ići tamo. Nadam se da ćemo dobiti dosta skrepa od ovoga. Aj, treba će nam dosta skrepa, pa zato i uradimo ovo. Evo ga.
Don't mean you good. Just so you know, I know.
Someone finally rooted out the great kelp activities.
Hmm. Tako. The choke. Destroy the transfer things. Okay.
Sneak shot got his gun on us!
Nerealno, brate, kako lik nije mogao sa druge strane.
I need the car.
I can't get her there!
Get the wheels here. Get the car over here.
Evo ga, popravio.
I found you!
Kakva si pička, brat. Kome to puca više? Ali ko to radi? Da jebem usta. Dođi, pičko. Mamu ti jebe. Jeste, crnac je uvijek iza mene, ko bi znao. Hoćemo li voice ili ćeš samo da, znaš, opet da nešto izgovaraš kao, a ne mogu, muči me ova faks.
Are you away on one of your long journeys inside your brain? Are you well enough to drive?
Evo da operam kosu jedan i planiram neku
Here somewhere.
vezu tokom toga možemo uvesti. Čoveče, da bude 12 sati do tada. Kako u vezu, ne razumijem.
That's all for now. There'll be more later.
Otkud sad vezu, nek? brate, je rekao konačno nešto lik se opometio, ali ipak ne. Jebi ga. Četiri od 8. Mislim, da, 4 od 8. I 5 od 8, znači još samo 3 i još jedna insignija. Great, great. To je to sređeno. Za insigniju barem. Još 2 skrapove. Još jedna. Aha.
We must get on with our sacred mission.
Vidiš, mnogo delay ima lik za skok. I to mi ide na kurac. On bukvalno, brate, kao da žele da umre, brate. Razumeš? On kad treba da skoči neće. Ja kad tražim da se instantno skoči, mora, brate. Nema tu šta da razmišlja Buraz. Ali Buraz, već sam napunio vodu. Što ne zapamti igrica, brat? Evo ti, evo ti. Brate, na SSD-u si, brate, mislim, stvarno bi trebalo mnogo brže da se loadiraš.
Need to fill up on water.
Jeste na SSD-u? Ne znam. To je glupost. kako sam znao da je bio pitanje za ovo.
We're heading out, dog. Good dog.
Dobro. Mm. Baš sam mora, a? Uh. I to je to, više ljudi. Ne mogu da verujem. Konačno. Sve je tako zeleno i sivo kao što bi trebalo. Da, da. Kao sad ne mogu da fast travelujem, jeli? Tu su pederi. Dobro.
manage, dog.
You may be treating us good now, but I don't trust you one bit.
Čekaj samo što provjerim za kameru. Naravno, bra. Tako.
I can't believe we got it.
Jebote, kurac, kako mrazim ove bube. Otkud toliko komarce i sve, bra.
Whatever you're doing, go keep.
Finally rooted out the great hill. Storm dragon.
Do ja.
Still can't believe you did all this for us.
A. E. Sad možemo za ove projekte kao da skupljamo. Tako da.
A warboy horde drawing near! Pickens without his armor!
Sit tight.
Koliko ih ima, Bože me sačuvaj. Ok, sad idemo ovuda. Izvijete ako čujete nešto pozdini, jebi ga. Eto, počeo, brate, reality show. Ajde idemo. Meni treba fuel tank, buraz moj, pa gdje je fuel tank kad treba, brate. Stvarno su pederi, brate, u 3 pičke, ma. Ja ne mogu da verujem da nemaju fuel tank jebeni za mene, barem jednu jedinu fuel tank koju mi treba, brate. Ja ne znam, brate, svaki im čas kako su napravili igricu, ne znam. Stvarno su više, brate, poludili, brate, s ovim mislim. Šta radim ja ovdje? Ajde, na primjer, šta? Nije kao da ovdje mogu da prolazim. I šta onda? Ne razumijem, brate. Stvarno ne razumijem. Potpuno bez veze, brate, nepotrebno. Da se ovoliko otežava, brate, jednu malu misiju, brate. Za jednu malu misiju da ovoliko te otežavaš. U 3 pičke materine. A stvarno ste, bre, vi nešto, ono, poludili, brate, sa glavom. Toliko to, brate. Ne, pa moram idem negdje ovdje, ali kako? Ovdje. Bravo. Što je mogu. Dođi ti. Ovdje nema ništa, budu.
So it's you. My boy, my sweet lad, you'll die at my hands. Slayer, slope your dead men.
Mamu ti jebem u dupe da ti ga nabijem. Ne može ovo. Ako moram da se vozim. Vrat. Tako se to radi. Bravo, 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 bravo. Ovdje bi trebalo bude taj ono sranje, zadnje. Ajmo da se vratimo onda tamo. I da ugradimo taj za survey ili što god je. Tu negdje u sredini, ili tako? Evo ga. A ne, scrap crew, da. Fali nam cleanup crew, nugget farm i water storage. No cleanup crew. Ali opet ne znam da je ni to, ne znam ni gdje je to. Ono, bukvalno. Mhm. Čekaj. Okej, idemo. Idemo za water storage, ljudi. Jaj. Idemo. Okrenemo se ovdje. Okrenut ćemo se ovdje. Ne mogu da pričam. Shit. Nešto ovdje nije u redu.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Buraz, gdje bi mogao da bude taj posljednji skrep? What the fuck? Jebot. A šta radim sad? O daj, brate, stvarno ste bre pederi, ono. Dajte mi više to sad. A da li nije fora da uvijek sakrite negdje da ne treba, brate? Zamisli da je ovdje zapravo, brate. Zamisli, brate. Ne seri da je ovdje. Ja ne znam, brate. Nek se ubije ovu igricu. Ej, koja je daljina, buraz, vidi. Kakva raspa. Dobro, ajde ovako. Obeležit ćemo ovo i teleportovat ćemo tu. Jer je za nas lakše. Ma bravo igric, bravo, idi do još dole, ajde. Nije ni to dovoljno. Kliknuo sam red. Koliko treba se boriš za ovo sranje, brat? Šta onda ima ovdje, brat? Ništa ono, kao hrana. Da se healuješ, dobro. Ajde. Mhm. Gdje je ono za clean up crew? Čekaj da provjerimo skroz malo.
My scouts tell me you flushed the storm drains. Glad to get rid of those roadkill scum.
Gdje je to za clean up crew? Dole je sigurno. Aha, evo ga. Pam. Ljudi, ima da počinje Take-Two Interactive poziv za nešto vezano za Rockstar Games. Tako da tu možda potencijalno bude nešto, brate, za GT6. Puštati neki stream za Take-Two Interactive.
Thank you. Any Justin Bieber song's better without vocals. Hey, I mean, you know, to each their own, right? Yeah, exactly. I know I throw shade at Drake a lot, but I like, I would be lying if I said I didn't like a couple Drake songs. Yes, you're getting some Dandy Andy lore today. We've got 2 minutes until the call, good sir.
E tako.
Tom Henderson, he hasn't been very popular lately. What the F is this? This is just one of my music videos I'm putting on while we're waiting because the whole music was lame. 1 minute. Let's go ahead and switch over.
Forever. Yeah, I went through all the screenshots again with like Harm None and those lads a couple of days ago. We were looking at the mapping project and everything. It's when you really zoom in on these screenshots, man, you can see this is not just going to be another game. This is like the tech. Something's happening. Strauss, can you hear me? Strauss.
Hello, and thank you for standing by. My name is Tiffany, and I will be your conference operator today.
Okay.
At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the fourth quarter and fiscal year 2026 Take-Two Interactive Software results call. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session.
Thanks,
If
Tiffany.
you would like to ask a question during that time, simply press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad.
I got my
I would
phone
now
right
like
here.
to turn the call
I'll
over
ask Strauss
to
some
Nicole
questions.
Shevins, Senior Vice President, Investor Relations and Corporate Communications.
What do you guys want me to ask, chat?
Nicole, please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our conference. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our conference call to discuss our results for the fourth quarter and fiscal year 2026. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our conference call to discuss our results for the fourth quarter and fiscal year 2026 ended March 31, 2026. Today's call will be led by Strauss Zelnick, Take-Two's Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Carl Sladoff, our President, and Lainie Goldstein, our Chief Financial Officer. We will be available to answer your questions during the Q&A session following our prepared remarks. Before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone that statements made during this call that are not historical facts are considered forward-looking statements under federal securities laws. These forward-looking statements are based on the beliefs of our management, as well as assumptions made by and information currently available to us.
Dude, what are we doing? There's
We have no
18,000 of us
obligation to update these
down
forward-looking
that bad for
Actual
GTA 6
operating
stuff that
results
we're
may
listening
vary
to a fucking
significantly
earnings
from
call, bro.
forward-looking
What are we
statements
doing? What are
based on
you
a
guys
variety of
doing in
factors.
here?
These important factors
What are you
described in
doing?
our filings with the SEC, including the company's most recent annual report on Form 10-K and quarterly report on Form 10-Q, including the risks summarized in the section entitled Risk Factors. I'd also like to note that, unless otherwise stated, all numbers we will be discussing today are GAAP, and all comparisons are year over year. Additional details regarding our actual results and outlook are contained in our press release, including the items that our management uses internally to adjust our GAAP financial results in order to evaluate our
I love how
performance.
99% of this earnings call, no one is going to know or care what's going on. Do you reckon Strauss knows that he's going to be live streaming to 19,000 people?
It visually presents our results and financial outlook. Our press release and filings with the SEC may be obtained from our website.
Get me on the phone, dude. Get me on the phone to Strauss right now.
Over to Strauss.
Thanks, Nicole. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. I'm pleased to report that we concluded fiscal year 2026 with excellent results, including fourth quarter net bookings of $1.58 billion.
Wow,
which was
well
above
done.
the high end of our guidance range.
That's good.
Net bookings for the full fiscal year were $6.7 billion, which was approximately $750 million above the initial guidance we provided last May. NBA 2K delivered record net bookings of recurrent consumer spending.
There's no way
Zeka
2K is still
achieved its
peaking
highest
in
level
profit.
of net bookings since we acquired the business in 2022. And the Grand Theft Auto series once again exceeded our expectations and continued to drive significant net bookings and deep engagement with its passionate community of players. Fiscal 2027 is poised to be a breakout year for Take-Two, led by the November 19th release of Grand Theft Auto 6, arguably the most anticipated entertainment property of all time, and we're excited that Rockstar Games will start their marketing campaign this summer. Our initial financial outlook
Is it summer
for
yet,
fiscal
chat?
2027 includes record net bookings
Are we
of
close?
$8 to $8.2 billion. This reflects meaningful growth over last year, led by the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6, along with the successful execution across our entire portfolio. We expect to sustain this higher level of scale and generate strong cash flows well into the future as we release our robust long-term development pipeline and capitalize on new opportunities across our highly established, multifaceted.
Capitalism.
Turning to highlights from the quarter, I'll begin with our fantastic mobile performance. Toon Blast grew approximately 25%.
Okay, so again,
year-over-year
confirmation that marketing is going to start in the summer, whenever that is. Here in Australia, we start our seasons at the start of the month. You guys don't do that, huh?
Live service execution and a continuous pipeline of player-friendly features, such as the collectible album. Empires & Puzzles outpaced our forecast and grew 5%.
June 21st? That's so whack, bro. That's whack.
In-game events celebrating the title's 9th anniversary. Color Block Jam grew 15% year-over-year and remains the highest-grossing title in Rollic's history. Top 11 delivered its strongest quarter ever after 16 years in market, driven by superb performance of the Bundesliga and live operations innovation. 2K's mobile offerings posted another solid quarter.
Thanks, CJ.
WWE Supercard reaching nearly 39 million
WWE, we love that.
NBA 2K Mobile continuing to expand its audience. NBA 2K26 Arcade Edition maintaining its top 5 position on the Apple Arcade charts, and NBA 2K All-Star in China growing to nearly 10 million registered users after just 1 year in market.
The NBA is massive in China, dude.
Our direct-to-consumer channel
Just, do you know why your stock jumps
and margin growth as we integrate additional mobile
from
titles
229 to 258 in 20 minutes?
Reducing payment friction and enhancing the end-to-end user experience, which is generating improvements in conversion and customer loyalty. As the regulatory landscape continues to evolve, we're even more confident in the sustainability and growth profile of this platform. The Grand Theft Auto series continues to outpace expectations significantly and demonstrate incredible momentum leading up to the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 on November 19th.
Bro, imagine what the momentum could be though, Strauss.
Year-over-year, with strong engagement in GTA Online, driven by A Safe House in the Hills, one of the best performing updates in its history.
Is it? Okay, that's interesting.
This content offering provided a wide range of community-requested features, including mansion properties, the return of Michael DeSanta from Grand Theft Auto 5, all new missions, vehicles, exclusive GTA Plus benefits, and the powerful new Rockstar Mission Creator that allows content creators to make their own GTA experiences.
Dude, some of those missions are crazy.
Sales of Grand Theft Auto 5 advance further, with nearly 230 million units sold in to date.
But it was 235.
GTA Plus
No,
continues
230.
to see significant growth year-over-year, led by the holiday update and highly attractive monthly benefits, such as the inclusion of NBA 2K26 in its games library. In addition, Rockstar Games' Red Dead Redemption 2 achieved its highest level of annual unit sales since its launch year, with over 85 million units sold in to date.
This was its best year since it launched?
Also performed well.
The Red Dead?
NBA 2K26 continued to expand its audience.
What
to date, the title has sold in over 10 million units.
Strauss, imagine if it had 60 frames per second on PS5, though. Imagine the sales.
Spending grew 10% as we benefited from
You're picking up what I'm putting down, Strauss.
And games played per user. In keeping with our strategic innovation, Visual Concepts launched Season 5 for NBA 2K26, their first ever college-themed offering, featuring 16 iconic universities, which was welcomed by NBA 2K's vast community and provided a glimpse of what's to come in college basketball for next year and beyond.
Okay.
I'd like to thank our partners at the NBA and the NBA Players Association for their continued engagement and support in our collective mission. On March 13th, 2K and Visual Concepts launched WWE 2K26, which was well received by critics and
Bro, my own
consumers
chat
alike.
doesn't want me to talk. This is
Engagement has been
crazy.
excellent, with recurrent consumer spending up 20% year over year and more than 85 million matches played, an increase of 7% compared to WWE 2K25. 2K is supporting the title with multiple updates through its Ringside Pass. I'd like to thank Nick Khan and his team at TKO for their unwavering support and partnership as we continue to evolve this series further for fans of the game.
He's finished the Rockstar section and you still don't want me to talk. You really want to hear about PGA 2K26, huh? Alright.
Organic interest
I won't
by
talk.
aligning Season 5 with the start of the PGA Tour season in January and including the title in PlayStation Plus. During the quarter, our consumers played 60 million rounds of golf, representing a 110% increase over the third quarter. 2K will support the franchise throughout the year with several more content updates. In closing, we're incredibly excited by the promise of our future for our players, our organization, and our shareholders. This year has the opportunity to be a major inflection point for our company, defined by groundbreaking entertainment experiences,
Like
creative
what?
and operational excellence, and record net bookings. With our flexible balance sheet, our strong cash position, and our expectation that we'll generate over $1 billion in operating cash flow this fiscal year, we believe that we're extraordinarily well positioned to take measured creative risks, to pursue accretive M&A, and to invest in technology that will unlock
Guys,
greater
stop typing. I can barely hear
capabilities
him.
and operational efficiencies across our organization. I'm immensely proud of our teams and exceedingly optimistic that we'll continue to drive greater success and shareholder value for the long term.
Stop
I'll now
chatting.
turn
I
the
can't.
call over to Carl.
Thanks, Drops.
Carl!
I'd like to thank our teams for another strong quarter and for laying the groundwork for an exciting chapter in our company's history. We are extremely optimistic about our upcoming pipeline, which includes 29 titles through fiscal 2020.
Tell me about that pipeline, Carl. Come on.
In the interest of precision, we are now only counting mobile games in our pipeline that have been specifically scheduled for worldwide launch within the 3-year window. Our teams continue to develop and test many new titles not reflected in this outlook, some of which may be added
Alright, this
to our
guy's.
multi-year
Hold on. We'll get back to this when
Fiscal
when something's
2027
happening.
is set to be a
Strauss,
milestone year,
imagine
led by the launch of
the
Grand Theft Auto
momentum.
6
Oh,
on November 19th. We plan to release 6 additional titles during the fiscal year, including 2 mobile titles, 3 sports titles, which
that was a tease right there. That he had me going. Strauss, imagine the momentum you would have if you dropped a trailer.
and 1 platform extension.
Imagine the Red Dead sales you'd have if you dropped a PS5 remaster. I know I'm coming up with some crazy ideas right here. I know. But like,
Looking ahead, we currently expect
imagine for a
22
second.
titles throughout fiscal 2028 and 2029, including 1 mobile title, 5 sports titles, 3 core new IPs, and 13 core existing IPs, which includes 7 sequels and 6 remakes, remasters, and platform extensions. We look forward to sharing more about our groundbreaking pipeline, which we believe will drive
I can't increase the volume anymore,
and
it's max.
long-term returns for our shareholders.
Actually,
I'll now turn the call over to Nate.
Laney.
Thanks, Carl, and good afternoon, everyone. Fiscal 2026 was an exceptional year for Take-Two, as we achieved record net bookings and operating performance. Each of our labels significantly outperformed the initial forecast we provided last May, as our teams maintained their focus on product innovation and delivering the highest levels of quality and value. I'd like to thank our teams for their passion and dedication as we embark on this milestone year marked by the highly anticipated release of Grand Theft Auto 6 and strength across our core businesses. Turning to our results, we delivered fourth quarter net bookings of $1.58 billion, which was above the high end of our guidance range of $1.51 to $1.56 billion. This reflected better than expected performance from the Grand Theft Auto series, several mobile titles, and the Red Dead Redemption series. Current consumer spending growth was strong, increasing 7% over last year and accounting for 82% of net bookings. This included 7% growth for mobile and 5% growth for Grand Theft Auto Online, both of which surpassed our expectations. NBA 2K increased 10%, which represented one of the strongest fourth quarters in franchise history, but was softer than anticipated as trends moderated from the extreme growth we achieved during the second and third quarters of the year. During the quarter, we launched Sid Meier's Civilization 7 for Apple Arcade, PGA Tour 2K25 for Switch 2, and WWE.
Alright, she's yapping. Hold on. You guys are saying GTA 4 remaster and whatnot. They've said stuff about the remaking titles every year since I've been covering these calls. So I don't read into how many remasters they say they're doing, because,
significantly to
you know.
$928 million, as last year included a $3.6 billion impairment expense related to goodwill and acquired intangible assets. On a management basis, operating expenses declined 2% year-over-year, which was favorable to our guidance due to lower marketing expenditures, some of which shifted out of the period.
Thank you, dude.
For fiscal 2026, we achieved net bookings of $6.72 billion, which was above the high end of our guidance range of $6.65 to $6.7 billion. Recurrent consumer spending grew 17% and accounted for 78% of net bookings. NBA 2K grew over 30%, mobile increased 13%, and Grand Theft Auto Online increased 6%, all sharply exceeding our initial May guidance.
How is it increasing?
Operating cash flow was $624 million compared to our forecast of $450 million, reflecting our fantastic fourth quarter. We spent approximately $163 million in capital expenditures, which due to timing is favorable to our forecast.
Dobar dan. Darko Stupa, kako sam ti? Evo, multitask. Znači, slušam ovaj od Take-Two Interactive Earnings Call, odnosno ona kompanija koja drži Rockstar Games po njihovom umbrellom, pa da vidimo, znaš, da vidim koje novosti ima za, znaš, za nešto vezano za GTA 6, ako uopšte imaju vesti za GTA 6. Opet su potvrdili, nešto su rekli, oni su opet potvrdili da će izaći za novembar, a to nema smisla ako nisu potpuno 100% sigurni u to da će izlaziti u novembru. Znači, i tekako će izaći GTA 6 u novembru, tako da to je dobra vest, ako išta. I rekli su i potvrdili su da će marketing za GTA 6 početi, znači ovog leta. Sad, pa to bi trebalo bude uskoro, za mjesec dana, ako išta. I tako. Ili sad za par nedelju dana. A, čekaj. Reci?
Pa dobro, kažem.
Eto. Da. Inače live sam. Također. Kada znaš.
And our assumption that trends will moderate for several of
Anyone
play Color Block Jam? We expect the net bookings breakdown from our labels to be roughly 36% Rockstar Games, 35% Zeka, and 29% 2K.
Ja sam mislio da ti znaš.
We are forecasting operating cash flow in excess of $1 billion, and we expect to be in a net cash position by the end of the fiscal year. We plan to deploy approximately $200 million of capital expenditures for game technology and office build-outs.
Okay, Faggot Farms.
What the fuck?
Nešto za igricu.
I can't make the video louder.
Da, ne znam, za Stronghold kao nešto.
Znači Maja, good news, bio je novi san i opet sam ga vizualizovao u ChatGPT-u, evo ti ga.
Ajde. Aha. Baš zanimljivo.
Ali nema sad vremena da ga ispričam.
They've mentioned GTA 6 a lot more than ever before, which is good.
Što nemaš vremena? Znači da ispričaš pred streamom ili?
Ne, moram da crtam ovo, a onda bi to trajalo i...
Aha. Pa...
Remind me sutra i preko sutra.
Mislim da ću se setiti za toga svako.
Okay, now we draw.
Cost of revenue to range from 578 to $594 million. Operating expenses are planned to range from 926.
Okay, so most of these numbers mean absolutely nothing to us.
On a management basis, operating expenses are expected to grow by approximately 3% year over year.
I look like I just entered heaven. Look at the lighting behind me. The sun's up.
In closing, fiscal 2027 will introduce a new level of operating performance, which we expect to sustain well into the future. Driven by a robust pipeline and expansion opportunities across our core franchises. With our focus on incorporating new technologies and tools,
We feel confident in our ability to
Bra.
scale our business, generate operational efficiencies, and leverage the power of our balance sheet.
Jebote, koliko pare zarađuju od Get Online, to je nenormalno, brate.
Thanks, Laney and Carl. On behalf of our entire
Oni
management,
tek
I'd like to
zarađuju mnogo više od Get Online, ne, za razliku od pre.
Alright, someone grill Strauss with questions. Let's go.
Most innovative and the most efficient company in the entertainment industry.
I'm ready.
To our shareholders, I want to express our appreciation for your continued support.
Pomoćne linije,
We'll now take your questions. Operator.
Let's go.
Saido pitanje
Don't let me down, question.
od shareholders. Ovo će biti zanimljivo.
Yeah, Strauss. Strauss.
We will pause for just
When's
a
trailer
moment to
3 coming
compile
out?
the
When's
Q&A
marketing starting?
roster.
Like a specific date, mate.
Your first question comes from the line of Eric Handler with
Strauss?
Roth Capital Partners. Please go ahead.
He hung up.
Good afternoon. Thanks for the question.
Pomoćne
Laney, a couple
linije.
things within the guidance.
Dobro.
Looks like, at least on a non-GAAP basis, your operating expenses are looking, let's call it for round number purposes, about $3.8
Thanks for the gifted Reese. I appreciate it, man.
That's a $300 million incremental increase on a year-to-year basis. How much of that is due to marketing? And when you look at sort of like the trend for the next couple of years for G&A and R&D,
Kad si ti posljednji put pisao nešto hemijskom?
This guy's an actual investor. He wants to know how.
Kad sam ja zadnji put pisao, šta? I čekaj, izvini.
Come on, man.
Kad si ti posljednji put pisao
Joj, čekaj, kako mrzimo. Reci sad, ajde.
Ja se ne čujem ništa, by the way, na streamu, ali bitno je da me ti čuješ.
Ajde, reci, ajde.
Kažem, kad si posljednji put pisao nešto olovkom ili hemijskom na papiru? No PC.
Nemam pojma, veruj mi.
Ja znaš da pišeš?
Vajda.
Ajde, testiraj.
Ma, ne mogu sad. Čekaj.
Mislim, nekad testiraj.
Pa ne, pa sigurno još uvijek znam da pišem, ali možda ne toliko brzo kao što sam pre. Mislim kao. Dobro, naviknem se malo, pa onda znaš.
Dobro, ali znao si i tad dobro da pišeš, samo kad ona tvoja, a meni to bilo smešno, kad ona tvoja olovka se toliko istupi i ti dalje pišeš ono ko da graviraš, ko da pušiš rupu u papiru.
Da. Stari Zek. Mislim, tačnije, to je dosadašnji Zek istovremeno. Čekaj samo da čujemo ovaj...
With how Rockstar's titles have performed, it's difficult to know exactly how Grand Theft Auto Online will do after the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, but certainly it will stay in market, and certainly there are many consumers who love the title.
Thank you, very helpful.
No, it's not.
Your next question comes from the line of Colin Sebastian.
Thank you, very helpful.
Go ahead.
Kakav helpful, Mikey ti. Bukvalno ti rekao lik, CEO, da bukvalno ne znam šta će biti. I kaže, thank you, very helpful. A to nešto za sljedeći Get Online, kao, ne znam nije.
So, you know, this will sound boringly
Evo na Lifer streamuje Fears of Phantom like horror igra.
Neka.
As long as we've been in the position of having
Kad ćeš izaći manje da streamuješ Fears of Phantom?
I need to listen to this shit. Wait. Ne mogu da pustim, hoću da znam.
An organic growth story, and we certainly have expectations for organic growth in fiscal 27. And we believe that fiscal 27 is setting a new benchmark, a new standard.
Planiram da večeras igram Reanimal, tako da ako išta ima toga.
To be in a position where we can grow in that. And our balance sheet and our P&L allows us to do just that. Well, that'll continue. The second use of our capital is very selectively when it makes strategic sense, and let me emphasize this, when it's accretive, we are willing to engage in inorganic.
Spooky, I don't know when trailer 3 is coming out. I'll get John Rockstar on the phone, alright? I'll let you know. I'll get back to you on that.
The acquisition of Zynga in 2022 for $9.7
This shit's so nerdy, bro.
cash and stock. And then more recently, the acquisition.
You think we were getting a gameplay trailer at the earnings call or something, brother?
And
Hello?
so, you know, I'm proud to say that all of our acquisitions have turned out to be accretive and successful over nearly a 2-decade period. That's pretty breathtaking for corporations, not generally the case. And I think that's because we're immensely disciplined. You're not going to see us doing deals hand over fist.
Thank you, Glad. Thank you for the 20, dude.
Our balance sheet continues to improve. I think you could imagine
somebody stealing my drugs
growth in the future as well. And we've already said
crazy
today that we expect to be in a net cash position by the end of the fiscal year.
That's
and finally,
crazy.
We return capital to the shareholders when it makes sense. So far, we've done that through share buybacks, and they are opportunistic. We believe that share buybacks make sense for our shareholders when they are executed at deep value. Our last buyback was done at $158 a share. We'll see how the stock opens tomorrow, but I think no matter what,
I think the stock's going to open pretty well tomorrow, Strauss. I got a feeling.
So, like all stocks, they move around different price points. Our stock traded down for as low as I think 195 in the last 6 weeks, and you know, there is an opportunity to return capital to shareholders when it makes sense.
Thanks for the reminder on those, Strauss. I guess maybe as a follow-up.
There's no way he spoke that much to answer that question.
In the industry,
sales
of current gen
Hey, Dad.
consoles. I'm just curious how that impacts, you know, your thinking or your assumptions in terms of establishing pricing and pre-order expectations for titles like GTA 6.
Great question.
Sorry, what would the relationship be from your point of view?
Number of the install base of hardware may not be as high in this current console generation as it might otherwise have been. You know, certainly value price points for certain titles that have done well versus premium price.
GTA 6 is going to sell consoles, bro. That's what he's going to say. I guarantee it.
Vidi koga sam ti doveo majolice.
I would not say we
Evo ga, gdje si radi?
Ma prekinuo me bre, ja počeo gledam seriju, on me prekinuo.
Jebi ga.
Pa dobro, nećemo te dugo držati. Ja sam došao da se prijavim i odjavim. Gdje si ti, Pero, što ima kod tebe? Evo vidiš, evo, gledaj moju seriju. Moj san ti je serija, veruj mi. Nemam sad vremena da vam ispričam. Ovo ti je druga vizualizacija. A gore imaš prvu. Dva skrola gore.
Ti to treba stvarno da radiš. Znači svaki stan koji imaš da napraviš ovako jedan AI.
Slušaj, ali znaš li ti koliko, ja pričam ovom ljudima na fakultetu i ne mogu da veruju da to stvarno toliko, kaže ljudi, ja kad sanjam nešto, ja sanjam ono sekund, ja opadam ili ja napade neko.
Zato ti kažem, znači ti tvoji snovi bi bili idealni za neki AI artwork i da napravimo zbirku i da objavimo.
I druga stvar, na što sam sad razmišljao i što sam primetio, što mi je zanimljivo.
Da stavim kao pozadine sve ove tvoje snove.
Pa slušaj bre, pa bukvalno možeš, ovo ti je ko neki anime story. Mislim, evo pogledaj ovo i ovo. Ali...
Čekaj. Polako.
Čekaj da ti kažem ovo. Čekaj, znači zanimljiva stvar, ovo što sam sad isto razmišljao, ova dva posljednja sna, znači imao sam jedan ovaj gore kad je bio i ovaj je pred 2 dana. I ja sam u onom snu radio šta god, a u ovom drugom...
I'd say.
You know, similar to, I
just
think,
a guess.
for many years, you guys sort of said we expect GTA Online to be down because also what you might be assuming for your 2 new mobile launches within that guide. Thank you.
So it's a very fair question. We had a great year at Zynga, and I think it's more the way you characterize it, which is we're not prepared to guide to, you know, continually.
TGG just yapped over the question, bro. He's asking about Zynga. I know for a fact that you do not care about Zynga. You who is in this live stream right now does not care about Zynga's earnings,
however,
alright?
As you said,
Stop.
It is a reflection of the fact that some titles that were newer last year are older this year. Now, all that said, you know, Toon Blast was up 25%, and it's a very old title. So we do have opportunities to exceed our expectations now and then. But, you know, this is our best estimate sitting here today. As far as our expectations around new launches, you know, we in the mobile side particularly, we never anticipate huge numbers because it's just impossible to do so. Hit ratios are just too low. So our guidance would typically reflect our expectations around the marketing spend
Zynga is why you're here.
Because we don't
Tamo ovu vezu.
Evo me.
Bravo, Zić.
Pa zvao me lik, ja sam zaboravio da... Pošto sam mislio da je...
A što nisi uključio?
Pa morao sam da slušam za ovaj earnings call za Take-Two Interactive. Zato.
Da je nešto important, Majo.
Pa, jebi ga.
Ja, skupare, koliko ti slika šalješ, ovo nije normalno.
Dobro je dok nisu neprimjereni.
Znam, ako ovo sve da scrolluje, čoveč. Sad smo negdje tu blizu, ja bih rekao.
A šta tražiš?
Jest.
Nemoj mi tu, to otvaram, stavi ga tamo.
Tako.
Two questions on NBA 2K. Clearly, big record year for the franchise this year. Hoping you could expand a bit on the trends you saw in the quarter. I think they moderated, you said in the prepared remarks.
This is a 2K
question.
In terms of GTA stuff, all we've got is marketing's going to start in summer, which we already knew. It's coming out in November, which we already knew, you know. Unless Strauss has something else to say, this is literally just what we already knew.
For Q4 in the franchise history. In terms of looking at our expectations, this reflects the extreme growth of Q2 and Q3, where we saw a high concentration of spending from our most engaged players early in the year, which left less upside opportunity.
A ne znam šta je ovo kod tebe, ja ne kontam. Tačno sam se skoncentrisao i ugasio.
On the college piece, we are very excited about our college release for Season 5. I would describe it at this point as it's a taste of what's to come. We did a deal with that features 16 universities. It's basically validated our expectations and the opportunity that we think would be very meaningful for us going forward. The short answer is stay tuned. It's very exciting for us and we're very happy how things have turned out so far.
Volim što imamo isti svi način. Kako
objašnjava on the last 30 just launched in beta. There's been some conversations more recently around the ability for AI to
now I'm washed. I just make a 3&D lockdown.
I know this is a high-level question
I'm washed
before, but just given this remains a pretty big debate among investors, it'd be helpful to hear your latest views around what you're seeing in AI and how you expect it to change the industry.
Je tebi plaćeni jeste plus. Koliko te izađe?
We remain enormously optimistic. Technology helped build this company. Video games are created largely.
Pa bolje plati internet Perišiću ili Discord, ne znam šta je ovo.
Ne znam Discord,
we were making 32 bit games. And they certainly
mislim, nije do interneta, i ono kad si ima užasan internet nije ti gasio.
I think the sort of confusion surrounds a belief that somehow more efficient asset creation puts us at some disadvantage or creates a competitive advantage for someone else. I just don't believe that's the case. To the extent that technology allows anyone to do a better job in asset creation, naturally will avail ourselves of the same technology. If you take a look at the tech in market that is currently licensed for the creation of video games, it's licensed broadly. No one exclusively licenses technology for video games. So if a competitor has access to AI and that allows someone to do something better or quicker, cheaper, then we would have access to the same. The second point that I've made,
meni se učinilo da si htio da napravi verziju ovog minimalističkog od ove slike moje.
Ne, nisam. Teo sam baš da to bude centerpiece, a da ovo bude ovako baš ovaj osjećaj. Da, ovo je savršeno.
Čovječe, daj šalje, ajde da imam ja.
Znači savršeno, pazi. To je to.
Ali imao sam takve...
Imaš ti još ovih snova?
Imam, ali su sa nacistima svi ili prethodni.
Dobro, stavit ćemo neku drugu vojnu grupaciju.
Mislim, ono kad mi je Herman Göring došao ovdje u babinu sobu pa sam ga pustio dok se ne snađe, ili kad je Rudolf Hess. A? Jel može to?
but there's a handful of new
Ili
public
kad
SE
mi
that
je Rudolf
actually
Hess
makes
držao
them.
muzičko, recimo.
Despite the fact that everyone has access to the same patents, everyone licenses
A
exactly
izvezi
the
mi
same
to
underlying
da
technology
imam i ja.
Stani,
with
ne
the
mogu
crazy
mnogo
mobile
stvari
patents as
vrijedno
we do.
ovako.
So,
A ne možeš da double
I
pristupiš.
remain highly optimistic. Now I'll give you a real world example. I was
To
visiting
se
one of our
nalazi
studios, and they showed me
wallpaper, pa
some
napravili ljudi odvojeno,
advertisements that they were putting together to advertise their games. And these were live action ads.
Na jednom ova, na drugom ova.
And they were funny and cute, 15 to 30 second ad
Gdje mi
units
ga
that you've seen a zillion times.
Što nisi obrisao tu Emiliju iz
And
galerije?
they were all created with AI, licensed AI, legal AI. And the script was done in-house for free, well, by people and colleagues who work at the company already. And the software was used, AI software was used, the entire cost of making this stuff is zero. And previously we hired third-party companies to actually create those with human beings. And those spots could cost $25,000, $50,000, $100,000. Now, please note, we, not only were we not interested in reducing our headcount to make this happen, we didn't have the opportunity to reduce our headcount to make this happen. The entire marketing team of this particular studio is 2 people. They're doing a great job. But what AI has allowed them to do is be more efficient, make great stuff, and do it cheaper.
Čovječe, a imao sam, to sam ja razmišljao, baš sam imao posljednjih tih par puta osjećaj razmišljanja kad sam tražio nešto.
Ajde sad, nemoj da pričaš nama, nego pričaj u diktafon ili pričaj ovom ChatGPT-u da ti napravi drugi san.
Great, thank you.
Što da mi nakraći drugi san, pa jedno ti ga gore, onaj autobus, to je bio drugi san.
Koji bre autobus, pa nisam
Any updates you can provide on your general expectations and levels of
Prvi deo ovog sna, znači on je bio preto kad sam ga poslao.
at this point, and how do you expect that this title will perform relative to GTA 5?
Pa ti nisi slušao kad sam ti pričao taj put san.
A slušao sam, ja sam slušao san, ali nisam slušao da si pravio sliku za autobus.
Pa poslao sam YouTube.
Pa ne,
pa
Pazar Banjica 2.
I don't recall the comment.
Pa to je moja stanica, mislim ovo Banjica 2.
Tako smo mi išli iz onog HQ-a i bežali od Vukova, a u ovom idućem snu smo se vratili tamo, pošto smo potamanili Vukove.
Pa je sad.
Sad ja ti crtam malo rožnjaču, pa ti kad to uradiš...
Ne, pa daj mi još neki san, šta samo 2.
Ih, pa liče kako... Za taj nemam... Znači ja još 30 minuta, 20, to nije dovoljno.
A jeste bre, samo, nemoj da kucaš,
Slušaj, a ja mislim da sam i iskoristio što najgore, ja imam ove, neplaćeni ovaj. Ali vidjet ću da ti napravim, pošto ja ih nekad zapišem, doduše to redovno radio, moram priznat, i da se onda prisjetim i da pokušam da objasnim, ali ovaj jedan ima stvarno, mislim, u mojoj glavi, kako sam ja to doživio. Pričao sam vam, dobro, vi sigurno niste slušali. Ali baš divno. Grafiku je to, bukvalno grafiku. Nije pejzaž samo, nije ni, ali stvarno grafika. I to ja stvarno ne znam kako da mu objasnim i da on to uspije da uradi. I za to mi treba sat i po objašnjenja i treba mi to i plaćenje da ja mogu to da menjam neki niz puta. A za ove druge, oni opet imaju onako priču, samo da se setim i da to tako daje, onda i što radiš sutra?
Radim.
Od kuće? Dobro, ja kad dođem, pa da vidimo da onda to pokušamo napraviti. Ja baš zato što su mi tako zanimljivi.
I think we are getting a delay. They just confirmed like 6 times already that it's still coming out in November. Just so you know.
Par komada što se sećam i mislim da imam par dobrih stvari. Dobro, sada skiciramo ovo.
Thanks, Double.
Your next question comes from the line of Andrew Maroc.
Madonna prva mi se baš uklopila.
Mene polako.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. Maybe one on the Rockstar mission creator. I know Charles called that out in the prepared remarks as an interesting factor. I guess, are there any learnings from the early days of that and some of the recent missions that were created as you look to scale UGC and some of your...
Yeah, Strauss, what were your thoughts on the sperm bank heist?
Look, we're trying to meet players where they are, and to the extent that people want to have a hand in creation, there are numerous opportunities for them to do so. So, you know, I just think it's incredibly exciting, and our company embraces these advances. So, you know, we're not precious about what we do here. We're open-minded. Another example of that is the 5M business. You know, where this started as sort of a business that was outside of our four walls, you know, and now it's a business that's inside our four walls, and we're thrilled that it is.
That answered like
Okay,
nothing.
thank you. And then maybe one more on mobile, if I could. I know that there has been some kind of correlation between
Strauss, what were your thoughts on the Diddy
and
raid?
macroeconomic factors in the past. I guess, what level of conservatism might you be baking into the guide around general economic conditions as it relates to the mobile?
I think they deleted that one, didn't they?
Well, look, we you know, we're not economists, although we certainly have a point of view about where the economy is going, and that is one of the factors we consider when we build guidance.
Your next question comes from the line of Matthew Koss with Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for taking the question. Strauss, there's a comment you made in the prepared remarks about
Ovaj već.
expectation to sustain higher levels of scale going forward. Just given the potential for Grand Theft Auto performance this year, you know, that's a high bar.
Evo, pogledaj. Kad porediš sa prvom, a pa sad je možda pres...
Sustain your scale off of that base.
Pa nije.
How should they think about the mix between just an ongoing significant revenue contribution from Grand Theft Auto
That's an AI question, bro. That's not a real person.
Aha, sve smo preuzeli.
And then I have one follow-up. Thank you.
So it reminds me of my SATs. It's box D, all of the above.
A, nismo, samo upravo.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
Your next question comes from the line of
He said I have a follow-up question and they didn't give it to him. They're like, get off the air, bro. That was
great.
shit.
Maybe just diving in again on mobile. I mean, it's been impressive to see continued growth of Toon Blast and Match Factory as kind of the biggest drivers for the segment. I was just hoping you could go in some detail about the unique drivers across those franchises that you think had sort of enabled them to continue growing this far after the initial launch.
Ovo ako uspe da uredi.
Well, actually, very different. So Toon Blast's been around for a really long time. Match Factory is relatively new. So Match Factory last year was still in growth mode. And we've projected that it would moderate. We'll see
Bro invested $100 grand and got he typed in ChatGPT, like, what is a good question to ask Strauss?
What you're seeing is...
and they're just like, nah, you're out of here, bro.
A title where the consumers who are involved are getting more and more involved. And that's a reflection of the content that Peak is putting into the game and offers that are made to consumers. So basically, with regard to a legacy title, where you may not have a sharp growth curve on DAUs, you will have an effort to actually serve the consumers we have much more effectively. I think that's what you're seeing in Blast. Match Factory is still in pretty steep early. It's not that old. So it's very different. We need to have, we need to be muscular in both areas. We need to be able to, to run our live services businesses really well for a long, long time. And Zeka does a phenomenal job at that. But by the way,
and I have a follow-up question too. They're like, no, you don't.
GTA Online is a live services business.
Samo da vam kažem.
It's 13 years old.
Znači, do kolena sam ugovorim.
To? A legacy live service business. Legacy.
We have to do everything well here. It's what makes us
Uzeli sam još posla da reći.
We've got
GTA Online is a legacy live service.
Uzeli sam još posla i
live services business that I just mentioned. We have to optimize those across both mobile, console, and PC, and then of course we have a catalog. And when you add it all up, and we do a good job
of we're old.
The kind of year that we got last year,
and
we now expect to make a meaningful step up. Obviously driven largely by the launch of GTA 6, but also driven by performance of the rest of the business. And then we expect to set that as a new base from which to grow, and that's a reflection of firing on all cylinders. Undoubtedly, we'll have some lapses along the way. We don't know where the lapses will be. But, if history is any guide, we'll also have some titles with meaningful expectations going forward. And part of our three-part strategy of being the most creative and most innovative
Mislim, vidim predaje rad.
I wish I had Strauss to help me with essays in school. I would never struggle with a word count ever.
I onda sad oni ako zaborave, odnosno ako izgube tamo, dobit će na papirićima korisničke imena i šifre. Ako izgube šifru, ja mogu da uđem kod mene.
I naravno uvijek je standardna priča, ti si host.
Ja sam sve.
Ti si sve, ko ja u mojim snovima.
Evo ga, ja mogu da uđem. Ne, ja sam supervizor, to mi je zvanična uloga. Zvanična uloga mi je da sam supervizor. Onda mogu da uđem ovdje u timove. Mogu da uđem u njihov tim, da vidim sve podatke njima i njihovu šifru.
He spoke for so long I forgot what the question was.
Pošto su naslovnično generisane šifre, tako da nije bitno.
Your next question comes from the line of Jason Bazinet.
A sad sam menjao nešto zbog do kurca. Nebitno. Tu se otvori da popune koju tehnologiju koriste, pošto su neograničene tehnologije, može bilo što da koristiš na tom hackatonu. I onda ništa, kad završe radove, preko toga samo bukvalno prevuku zip i to se pošalje, napišu poruku kako da se pokrene, malo opis o čemu se radi u projektu i to je to.
Znači, odradio si taj posao, da li imaš još, da kažem...
A gledaj se šta sam ja sam sebi dodao posao.
So with regard to the titles you mentioned, as it happened, they all performed better than we expected. We've had plenty of other titles at this point, candidly. Thankfully, not of late, and they tend to be few and far between. But it would not be accurate to say that our expectations are always exceeded, not accurate in the least. That's why, you know, we are, I think, appropriately around here. This is the entertainment business.
Ovo je aplikacija za tablet.
Za tablet?
Aplikacija za tablet, a ja sam juče hakovao tablet da mogu da ga koristim.
Your next question comes from the line of Alex Brundolo with
Android.
Please go ahead.
What's the number? You have to be a big investor.
To mi je još od one Đurđe iz Music Art Projecta ostalo.
Oni što su dilovali deci.
Da. I ostala mi 3 komada i samo mi nikad niko nije tražio da vratim i to tako problemi. Ali su zaključani Google-om, pošto je bio neki nalog na njima. Pa neće ti pustiti da se uloguješ sa bilo čim, čak i nakon fabričkog reseta. I onda sam morao malo da hakujem. I stvarno sam se ostio po hakice. Izveo sam tako što sam jailbreakao Gemini da mi objasni.
Te si vic, nisam mogu ništa da ti kažem, pošto su ovi pričali. Sad će Darko stupa da kaže, ajde, uključi zvučnik. Čekaj, hoću da slušam. Bez uvreda na Perešić. Znam da Perešić ima... Ja bih volao sad da gledam šta Perešić radi, ali ovo mora da se sluša.
So it's not that a certain kind of kids-oriented interactive entertainment is necessarily a feeder to what we do in certain parts of this company. Remember, we also do make plenty of entertainment around here that's available for all audiences. But with regard to our M-rated titles, it's not necessarily the case that something else is a feeder to it. It's a different business. But it is a business that is only available if you're 17 or above. And I think if you engage with interactive entertainment and you're 17 or above, it's very difficult for me to imagine that you wouldn't be incredibly interested in our M-rated titles, specifically one that is coming up.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Your next question comes from the line of Eric Sheridan with Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
Goldman Sachs.
Thanks so much for taking the question. Maybe building on two of the topics we've talked about on the call so far, with respect to mobile advertising and building additional optimization around user acquisition, how are you thinking about the signals as more mobile advertising becomes driven by AI and machine learning with respect to either being able to deploy more dollars at a higher return on ad spend or possibly becoming more efficient with respect to advertising? And if possible, I have a quick follow-up.
Well, we certainly try to do that. You know, we work with
Are they going to give him a follow-up question this time?
And we are trying to optimize, of course, our return on ad spend. And sometimes things are going really well in the market. Other times we're frustrated in the market, depending on what's going on. There have been moments, for example, when we really couldn't get out there and spend because, you know, we could not find inventory at a price that made sense. There are other times when we can do that. That changes. It's our job to make sure that we understand the payback period on what we're spending, and we have very tight guidelines about that. But you have to be on top of it all the time, because when you spend money in mobile, as you know, you're spending it based on an expectation that you'll earn it back over a period of time. That expectation
get TGG on the call. I'll ask some good questions. He won't answer them.
But prior history isn't always dispositive with regard to what happens in the future. So we are constantly, on a daily basis, tuning up our models that will inform how we spend money on user acquisition. As I said, sometimes it's greater, sometimes it's lower. We also have this weird anomaly, which I'm sure you're aware of, which is if we're out of the UA business for a period of time because we don't like it, of course we make more money because there's no UA that's spent that comes back the same day in its entirety. Sometimes you get a really quick payback period. We have had experiences where the payback period has been as quick as 90 days.
Did he just leak that the rating is M? I believe the rating is Peggy 18.
The most.
On the YouTube channel?
Question, are there new opportunities?
I don't know if it's been officially rated in the US
area. Yes, I believe so. And of course, it's not lost on anyone that after Apple changed their attribution characteristics, the entire industry was challenged. But you can see from our own results with Zynga last year that we have surmounted those challenges, and we feel pretty good about how the business operates now.
Juan, thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that.
With respect to your approach to go-to-market with DTC, any new learnings about what the opportunity set might look like, or the ceiling of that opportunity might be to grow the percentage of mix from DTC over time? Thanks so much.
Well, look, I've been saying for a long time that I thought sort of the competitive landscape
and
upcoming
M-rated product
would be favorable with regard to our overall distribution costing, and taking as part of our overall distribution cost, our D2C cost, which is materially lower than third-party cost, but multiplied by the share of market related to DTC. And
I don't think we're getting anything else, Chad. I'm going to be honest.
Been growing. We have not talked about what percent it is or where it's going. What we want to make sure is two things. Number one, we want to be where the consumer is. The goal of this company is not to control distribution. The goal of this company is to make hits and bring them to consumers wherever they are, however they want them, and of course to do so on economic terms. We value our third-party retailers greatly. We especially value them when they provide marketing opportunities for us. And we understand that there's a value in the marketing that third-party retailers can provide, and that would intersect with how much they charge us for access to their consumers.
We love third-party retailers.
So
we do.
The more value a third-party retailer provides to us from a marketing point of view,
shout out GameStop,
the more comfortable we are working.
Shout out Best Buy.
At the same time, there is a role.
All my homies love Best Buy.
Opportunities. For us, it's all of the above.
Znači da, Best Buy je kao likovao da će biti pre-orders za GTA 6, ali na kraju to je bila kao neka greška koja nikad nije trebalo da postoji. Jebi ga.
Tell me more, Pundit.
I think you referenced before being astonished by Rockstar's marketing creativity. Clearly, they've got precedent there. Can you talk, I guess, philosophically about how Rockstar thinks about building anticipation for
fucking awesome question,
and how beneficial that marketing effort can be in terms of
this is the question,
or even building demand for around the current GTA ecosystem, and if that ancillary benefit is baked into your guidance? Follow up.
Well, look, thanks for the question. You know, I'm obviously not going to go into detail. What we've said about marketing GTA 6 is that marketing will start this summer. And as you know, any information around releases and marketing comes from our labels, and that shouldn't be news to you. That said, do we see in any release, no matter how highly anticipated it is, both the need to market the title and the opportunity in marketing the title? We do. And I was asked about this earlier, and because I absolutely refuse to use a title of ours as an example. I use someone else's. And I said, so there's a new release of Mission Impossible, and it's starring Tom Cruise. Like, we all know what that looks like, and I, for one, am going to see that movie. Like, I'm going to see that movie.
Strauss is going to see Mission Impossible.
Paramount still spends a whole lot of money to market that, to make sure that people know it's out, and it's great, and it's worth seeing. And I think that's the story of the entertainment business. So, I don't think there's any situation where one can expect to have a massive hit and not engage heavily in the marketing.
He's right.
And, I think that will be true for this company across the board. And I think, again, across the board, actually, I think this company does spectacular marketing, and, whatever we did last year, we got to do better this year. Whatever we do this year, we got to do better
So GTA 6 will have a lot of marketing, basically.
And frankly, the market demands it of us.
But no comment on the current way that Rockstar is building anticipation. Okay. Okay.
A really thorough answer, but maybe just for clarification, do you feel like at this point you've got broad buy-in from your studio leadership around the use of AI tools, not just in
Thank you, Ventilla.
game development? And when you think
Time
about
to hibernate until November 19th.
I know you're doing a lot in terms of investing in product tools related to AI. Do you think this will allow you and your studio teams to unlock?
You think AI is going to take over the week news of GTA Online and get channel? It can try.
That may not have been produced over the last decade plus due to resource constraints. And if that's
Thank you for the 10 wolves, then. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, these guys aren't gamers.
I think that everyone is bought into the possibilities of new technology. And I think there are times when some of my colleagues think I'm too conservative on the topic. I've actually never been accused internally of going too fast or doing crazy stuff. I think I probably err on the side of being a little more conservative.
I swear this is way more questions than they normally get. This has been going for an hour.
Here are absolute experts in software, in art, and in video games. And the way they got the job to work at a company like this is because they were on the front lines, and because they were innovating, and they were highly creative, and because they were... So you have to assume that they're going to be the first people to embrace...
Znači ništa nisu rekli, brate, kad će da izlazi trailer ili marketing za GTA 6. Wow. Nakon što su rekli da će biti za OLED.
I was hearing police sirens in the background. Is it GTA 6 gameplay? No, Strauss is actually currently in a police chase.
It always has been. But our art is created by human beings using computers. And I believe that will continue to be the case.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Rockets fan. You're not wrong.
Your next question comes from the line of Brian Pitts with BMO Capital
Thanks,
Markets.
Zodiac. Yeah,
Please go ahead.
Agree.
Thanks for the questions. I'll try a couple here.
Look at this stock.
Any additional color you can provide on GTA 6 around your framework for the PC release, as well as if the game, has any chance of being
What the fuck?
Also,
Good
any
questions.
estimates on when we could see a pre-sale launch for the game?
Oh,
if
good
not,
questions.
Perhaps you could at least provide your best guesstimate of timing.
Yeah, take a guess. Take a guess, Strauss. Guess.
Yeah, as you know, look, the PC market's a great market, and it's growing for console type titles, and it's a market we serve avidly. And virtually all of our hit titles end up on all platforms over time. That said, Rockstar Games has announced GTA 6 for console.
We know. That wasn't the question.
And we're excited about our November 19th.
Wasn't the question? No, that didn't answer the question at all, Strauss. Let me repeat the question. That was not.
Your next question
that wasn't the question.
From the line of
Strauss.
Ron Song with
Strauss.
Wolf Research. Please go ahead.
Strauss.
Hey guys, thanks for the question.
Strauss, were you even listening?
NBA. I know Laney talked about the fourth quarter, but as we look at fiscal 27 and lapping that 30% RCS growth, I guess, is there anything you can share, break down on what gives you the line of sight to being able to sustain the high single digits? I guess I'm really trying to get at how you think about the stage of growth for monetization.
He didn't even listen to the question.
Franchise.
That's crazy.
Noting what Carl said about the stay tuned comment. Thanks.
Brate, nije samo jedan mali deo. Pitanje je odgovorio. Jebi ga. Koliko tome, brate? Šta pričaju?
That is interesting, Dutch. That's certainly interesting.
Growth and are confident in doing so in fiscal 2027. So, when VC looks at a game each year, they just do not, sort of rest on their
Sadly,
laurels.
Dutch, while that would be great, I'm muting this. She's yapping. While that would be great for Hopium streams, I am currently, sadly, I've retired. So,
Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. I have one question on mobile. Zynga has meaningful presence in Turkey with Rollick and Peak.
Do you think ChatGPT is going to be parodied in GTA 6? I'd say so.
Studios have benefited from the local government policy that favors developers that was released this year.
Me and Pnam are great fans of your content. We are also great NBA
So obviously we've had a lot of great success in the Turkish market from a development perspective. Some of our biggest and best titles or studios are in Turkey. We have a fantastic relationship with our developers there, and we love being in that environment. In terms of sort of the government influence, government opportunities, to the extent that there are opportunities available in any jurisdiction where we operate, we would take advantage of those as much as we possibly can. Local jurisdictions are very important business partners to us, and it's something that we take very seriously because it's...
This guy's yapping. Tuesday depression stream. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming Tuesday anyway, just playing GTA Online. So if something comes, but I'm not going to be sitting around waiting for a post, dude. I'm not doing that anymore. It's like, I'm just sick of doing it. It's not fun, dude. It ruins my excitement for the game.
Strauss, I was in the audience at a conference you spoke at recently, and you made a couple of comments that really caught my attention. So one comment was that you would price your games to reflect the value that they provide for consumers. And then a second comment was that the retail price of video games has gone down in real terms over the years.
Adjusted for inflation, yeah.
So do your comments imply that you also believe a $70 price tag would be too low for GTA 6 relative to its value to consumers? Because by that logic, a $70 price tag implies to me that the consumer value of GTA 6 will also go down. Now, if I've misheard your comments, I apologize. However, if my logic is flawed, then what would a $70 price tag imply about the consumer value of GTA 6 relative to its predecessor?
Nah, the framing on that's
crazy.
What
I was trying to get at was on real terms.
The framing on that question's
video games have become a better and better deal for consumers over a period of time, and that's a good thing. So I don't think the comments are in conflict. In other words, if you can give people something really great and you can offer it on really favorable economic terms, that's a win-win. So I was really trying to make the point that even though I think the value has grown materially, certainly a video game, released today is vastly more exciting, compelling, intriguing, and longer-lasting entertainment than it was when I was at Crystal Dynamics in 1993. But in real terms, frontline prices have declined. I was using that as a backdrop to point out that we think that the most important thing is to deliver the best entertainment on earth. And then the second most important thing is to do it on really favorable economic terms. But I didn't mean to guide in any way, how you should think about our upcoming unannounced price.
There's nothing that irks me more than that, chat.
That'll become clear to the market in the fullness of time.
When people say, you said this in the past, so I'm assuming that you mean this for this. And you need to prove to me otherwise that I am wrong, or else I am going to assume that this is what you mean.
Your next
the framing on that is fucked. I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that.
LLC.
It is the worst. It's manipulative. It's fucked.
Thanks. Good afternoon.
I hate it.
You all had such success.
Just putting words in other people's mouth. It's so fucked up. I hate that.
Free to play with
that
GTA
actually
Online.
pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
It helped you sell full game units, and full game unit sales helped onboard people onto GTA Online. I know the industry has changed a lot over the years, but and you haven't announced any pricing or packaging as it relates to this topic, but just curious if there are dynamics, evolutions in the industry that would make that decision different than the decision you so successfully used with GTA 5 and GTA Online, the tethered free-to-play strategy.
Okay.
I think, of course, not having announced any online version for GTA 6, it certainly would be premature to talk about, an upcoming business model for something that we haven't talked about.
But it is real.
But I think conceptually, what we pride ourselves on here is being thoughtful and open-minded, and trying to meet consumers where they are, and trying to optimize the entertainment experience for those consumers. And that's what we've been talking about a lot on this call.
Strauss, will there be a GTA 6 online?
What does this company think about? 24/7, what do I think about? I think about making sure that this is an enterprise that, more so than any other entertainment enterprise on earth, focuses on making hit properties that excite and engage consumers. That's what we all think about. Right now, I'm in a room with, our staff, right? In this room, we're staff executives, right? I'm with the IR team, the finance team, the operations team, legal team. But our job, we don't make the titles here. We don't market them, not in this room, not the room that's talking to you today. But our mission is to make great entertainment properties. And if we get that right as an organization, all 14,000 people, full-time colleagues and contractors,
thank you, Matthias,
associated with Take-Two and our affiliates, focus on making the best entertainment on earth, then everything else will take care of itself. Naturally, we have to be the most thoughtful people, the most aggressive people with regard to marketing and distribution. And by the way, legal activities, finance activities, accounting activities, tax activities as well. That's our job. But the mission of the organization is to make great entertainment. And having spent a long time in every entertainment business there is, I can tell you one thing: hits cure all ills. Make great hits over and over and over again.
I feel like this again just didn't answer the question.
We're so proud of everything this company does, and we're so proud of the culture in which we do it.
Strauss, bro.
But if we don't get
Strauss is a master, dude. He is a smooth talker.
And frankly,
what a
the
guy.
results that we're talking about today and the guidance that we gave you for tomorrow.
Why don't you read the regular chat? I am, bro. What do you mean?
Having delivered hits and an expectation.
You'd be a great politician. Just because I'm not reading your question.
Can continue doing just that at a higher and higher level.
Thank you. Excellent.
Your next question comes from the line of Drew Crum of B. Riley Securities.
Drew Crum?
Please go ahead.
Come on, Drew. What you got for us, man?
Thanks. Hey, guys. Good afternoon. So looking at your net bookings guidance, how, if in any way, is potential cannibalization from GTA 6 influencing your view or range of outcomes you see for fiscal 27? Thanks.
Look, cannibalization doesn't really apply to the entertainment business. In the entertainment business, you compete against everything. You compete against your competitors. You compete against yourself.
Do you think like GTA 6 is going to compete with like 2K?
The choice to do nothing. So if you're in the grocery business, like everyone needs to eat. So you're competing with the grocery store next door. But with regard to entertainment, if there's something that you want in the market and then there's something else that you want, you'll try to buy both. And if there's nothing that you want, you won't buy either. So there's no one-to-one cannibalization. And in fact, history shows that when there's a big hit in the market, you know what it does? It energizes consumers around the entertainment market and they consume more. So I actually think if we're fortunate enough that we expect, maybe we'll even do a little better than we expect. That's not just going to be good for Take-Two and our labels. It's going to be good for the industry as a whole.
I think that's a pretty bad question. I'm not going to lie.
Thanks, Strauss.
Thanks, Strauss.
That concludes our question and answer
Honestly,
session.
thank God.
I will now turn the call
most of those were
back
pretty
to Zelnick
bad
for closing
questions.
remarks.
I'm going to be honest.
I've spoken an awful lot today, and
You
as you
have.
pointed out, I've been in a bunch of conferences lately too, so maybe no one needs to hear any more than me, more from me. I would like to say this though: we delivered
Strauss
great
is
results.
like, I'm out
that
of
we
here.
talked about
Oh,
today,
look at that
and we
lighting,
set
bro.
A guidance
What the fuck?
that reflects great
I'm
results
in
going
heaven,
forward.
dude.
All of that comes from our colleagues around the world. So I want to take a minute to express this management team's enormous gratitude and my personal gratitude to our creative teams, our marketing teams.
This is what happens when you stream at 7:30 a.m. when the sun's rising behind you.
And our operations teams all over the world, more than 100 offices around the world, if I'm not mistaken, who work incredibly hard and an incredibly dedicated way to support our collective mission.
What the fuck?
All of this is because of their work. I just get to...
Dude, me when Trailer 3 drops.
So thank you to our team. And then I'd like to take a moment also to thank our shareholders and everyone who supports us and the people who attended this call.
Someone clip that, tag me in that.
Nice
someone screenshot that.
And we're really happy to share with you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's call. Thank you all for joining. You may now disconnect.
Oh, we're out of here. That's it. Dude, new Hopium thumbnail. That's crazy. All right, the sun is up. It is time for me to leave, chat. That was... We really didn't get anything we didn't already know. We did get confirmation that it's still coming out November. They expect a 20% increase in revenue across all of Take-Two, which I think puts their projected GTA 6 net bookings at about like 1.6 billion, which I think is massively underselling it. What else did we get? Marketing's going to start in summer. So like June, late June, maybe July. I'd be shocked if it got past July with nothing. We will see. But I mean, look, we'll see if anything happens on May 26th when the game was meant to come out. I don't know. I doubt it. But apart from that, we're out of here, guys. We gotta live life. We can't be sitting here fucking stressing out over when a trailer's gonna come out, bro. We had 20,000 people in here for an earnings call. I appreciate it, but like, it's time to go outside, boys. It's time to go outside. All right, take care, everyone. This has been fun. I don't even know if it's worth making a video on. I might make a video on this earnings call. It was a bit of a nothing burger. If I do make a video, it's gonna be like a really quick one because there wasn't much. Also, you guys said something about...
Znači, brate... Znači, ladno, brate, ništa nisu novo. Da. Ništa, ljudi, što tiče za GTA 6, morat ćemo da čekamo još uvijek. Nema nikakve novosti za sada, tako. Ništa, ljudi, ajde. Ja sam da kažem, svi tako čujete ovih debilana sad. Ali sve o svemu, sredili smo ove, uglavnom, bukvalno skoro sve side missions, samo još fala, ajde, još neke. I onda samo main mission, brate, samo main mission. Ako bude bio neki side mission, radit ćemo prvo tih side missions, pošto bukvalno, kao što se vidi, nije puno ostalo od mape, što bi se mogli da uradimo, osim zone random, kao neke, lokacije, ali to nije nešto što bi nam pomoglo puno za ovako, kao za upgrades ili tako nešto, osim za toga što dobiješ skrepova od toga, ali naravno, znaš, ali svako dobijem ovako dosta skrepova ovako, tako da, ne veze. Aj, ništa, idemo i to je bio to, hvala svima što ste bili ovdje, ako vam se date like, šerujte, supite se, ja ću sada da vidim da skidam Reanimal, pa ćemo da vidimo večeras, streamamo to, pa šta bude. Da, vidimo se, idemo i. Poz, sutra počinjemo sa glavnim misijama, to je super, za Mad Max, vidimo se. Ali večeras Reanimal, negdje oko 1 sat ili tako. Jebi, šta mogu reći. Ajde, vidimo se. Vidimo se, čao. Vidimo se još malo. Ako ne, lako noć. Vidimo se.